to Thomas Streiber.
Ladies and gentlemen, live on BT Sport, and we welcome those of you watching in the United States on ESPN+. Let's now welcome to the ring our main event participants. First from Greenwich, Triple D, Daniel Dynamite Dubois.
The fighters tossed up to decide who was going to make the ring walk first for this vacant title. And it is Daniel Dubois, wasting no time, making his way here to the ring at the O2 Arena. Just 21 years old. Both these fighters so confident in the build-up all week. Daniel Dubois, shy maybe, often a man of few words, but my word, he certainly lets his fists do some talking. I think the crowd favourite might be Nathan Gorman, we'll see. Dubois undefeated in 11 fights. Referee tonight, the Scotsman, Victor Loughlin, dwarfed by these two fighters.
And now let's welcome to the ring from Nantwich, Nathan Gorman.
If you can't take pain, real pain, you can't do fighting. So violent, the fighting. When you get men, when I get men in front of me, they try to kill them. It's like a white fist in the air. And the men behind them shouting and killing them, killing them, killing them. So, you know what I mean? There ain't no referee going to jump in. Oh, you've got to cut over his eye. Excuse me, stop it. There's a cut over his eye. There's no stop it. Not if you rip me out, they wouldn't stop it.
And now Nathan Gorman makes his way to the ring. Tyson Fury behind him, Ricky Hatton by his side. The betting underdog, he also undefeated in 16 fights. And as I said a little bit earlier on in tonight's broadcast, there has been late gambling support for Nathan Gorman. His odds have shortened. And there are plenty of informed voices within the sport who think he has a great chance of springing the upset. And like Daniel Dubois, he's been supremely confident in the build-up. Had problems outside the ring. His little boy, Nathan, has been ill. Baby daughter born only earlier this week. There was a chance at one stage she was going to be born tonight. The crowd really on tenterhooks, and here is the tale of the tape. You see Daniel Dubois, slightly the taller man, heavier man though, Nathan Gorman, not a lot between them in terms of reach, both out of the orthodox stance. Maybe the natural, technical, better boxer, Gorman, the power puncher, Dubois.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our featured bout. It is scheduled for 12 rounds, and it will be for the vacant British Heavyweight Championship. Brought to you by Frank Warren on behalf of Queensberry Promotions, along with their great sponsors, 32 Red and Foot Asylum. It is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control, steward in charge, Dean Hollington. Our three judges, all from England, John Latham, Steve Gray, and Bob Williams. When the bell rings, our referee in charge will be Victor Loughlin of Scotland. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the time has arrived. Live from the O2 Arena here in London, England, this is our main event of the evening. Introducing to you first, fighting tonight out of the red corner. He's wearing black with white and gold and weighed in at 18 stone, 4 pounds. Coming to us from Nantwich, Cheshire, England. He brings an undefeated record with 16 wins. 11 of his 16 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former undefeated Central Area and WBC International Silver Heavyweight Champion, Nathan Gorman! And his opponent across the ring in this main event, fighting tonight out of the blue corner. He's wearing black trunks and weighed in at 17 stone, 1 pound. Hailing from Greenwich, London, England, he is undefeated with 11 wins. 10 of his 11 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the former undefeated English Southern Area WBC Youth, WBO European, and the current WBO Global Heavyweight Champion, Triple D, Daniel Dynamite Dubois!
Daniel. Okay, you've had your instructions in the dressing room. Remember, obey my commands at all time. Defend yourselves at all time. God bless. Touch them. Touch them.
So many opinions, so much talking. Not too much from this fella. A little bit more from him. The opinion of the boxing world is divided. Which of the two young guns is going to emerge with the Lonsdale belt and be the British heavyweight champion? Dubois, the big puncher, surely likely to start fast.
Couple of nice little left hooks here though from Gorman, showing that hand speed. Like with every big puncher, you've got to make the guy feel your power early. That's got to be the tactic here for Dubois.
Who's going to be physically the stronger? That's going to be a key. One of several. Foot speed, accuracy and composure on this big occasion, an electric atmosphere.
Good right hand for Dubois, but a lovely little counter straight back there with a fast little right hand off the ropes there from Gorman.
Gorman sometimes looked indifferent when he's been the one having to force the pace. He's not going to have to go looking for Dubois.
Lovely uppercut there from Gorman as well. It's a good jab there from Dubois then, and just taking a little step back as well. So he's throwing that jab there, Dubois, and what's Gorman's doing? He's just slipping to the left. Or to the right, I should say, sorry, on the outside of the jab, just so Dubois can't get that right hand over the top.
Gorman trying to show his physical strength in that exchange.
Missed with the right hand, but a good jab there from Dubois.
He needs a lot of them. His best work will come off that jab. There's a decent right hand as well from Dubois. Victor Loughran's going to have to be strict with this.
That's good work there from Dubois.
Yeah. Head's going in close. Oh, hello. Call to break was made, and Gorman landing the left hand. He'll claim, of course, that he didn't hear. Good lead again from Dubois.
Yeah, and a little step back as well, because Gorman's been countering for early in the round, and he's taking a little adjustment there from Dubois.
Well, we're coming into the last few seconds of a relatively quiet opening round. Gorman had the better of the early exchanges. Dubois has just warmed to the task a little the further the round has progressed. Interesting, as it was always going to be.
Otherwise you'll lean into his left hand. But if I want to see it, I want to see it at your speed. But listen, the only chance he's got is if he outworks us or he clocks you with one. So if you're leading with 3, 4, 5 punch combinations, that's 3, 4, 5 open times he can counter you. Come second, yeah? If he catches you with a big one, that's the only chance he's got. You've got the better ability, the better speed. Avoid the danger first and make him miss. Don't overplay the left hook too much sometimes, you know what I mean? Try timing that right. Don't put the right hand just down his chest till you get the timing of it. You're working well up close as well.
Ricky Hatton, always one of the great talkers of British boxing. Tight opening round. Could make an argument either way, Barry. Dubois came on strong the further it went.
Yeah, and I just favoured that he was just a little bit more aggressive. That was all. I think in the early part of the round, it looked like Gorman was countering really well. I just think Dubois made the little adjustments. Good jab there from Dubois, and a right hand.
Oh, he's looking to unload here, Dubois. Gorman needs to keep his concentration.
But to be fair to Gorman, he's calling him on, and even though he got caught with a couple of shots, I don't think anything troubled him as much. And he was firing back. But Dubois was the one who was landing on the target. Good jab there from Gorman. I'd like to see Gorman just get a little bit lower and then double jab coming forward. Just get underneath the jab there of Dubois.
Amazing physique Dubois came in with. Frank Bruno, and a lot about Dubois reminiscent of the young Bruno. Right hand from Dubois, only a glancing blow on the bearded face of Gorman. Gorman so pale-skinned, every punch which lands will just make a little bit of a mark on his head. There's another right hand from Dubois.
Good shot from Dubois, but because he's not willing to step in behind it too much because he knows Gorman's going to counter, Gorman's using the ropes just to take the sting out of the shot. But still, Dubois the busier again in this round, only ever so slightly.
The jab has been the superior punch. That's been the principal difference between the two, I reckon, Barry.
Yeah, and also Gorman knows he can't make any silly mistakes. Oh, good shot, good right hand there when they're both swinging. And again, but a good right hand there from Gorman.
Yeah, Dubois was caught coming back, but Dubois the one on the front foot. 7 wins he's had inside 2 rounds, and we're into the last minute of this second round here. And there's a cut around the left eye of Nathan Gorman. He's been cut, presumably by a punch. There'll be work in that Gorman corner for that. It's around the eyebrow of the left eye.
He's trying to fire Gorman when Dubois throws that right hand, but I think he needs to fire.
Sheldon is going to be doing the cuts in the Gorman corner. This is a good round for Daniel Dubois.
Gorman's going to get his jab into play, really has.
It's an old cliche, be first, and Daniel Dubois is definitely the man who is being first here. Right hand over the top from Gorman, but Dubois rode it well, and that's a good round for Daniel Dubois.
He's trying to counter punch. He's trying to counter punch you.
2 cuts there.
He's waiting and waiting. He's trying to counter punch you. More fight. He's drawing his lead. and try. When
There you
you
go,
put
both throwing there.
push your shot.
Dubois just getting to the tag a little bit quicker there than Gorman. So good shot, both landing simultaneously. I think the heavier shot there was from down Dubois, and that looks like where the cut occurred there with a glove, with a punch.
You know what I mean? Because there's no movement. His head doesn't move off the line.
Martin Bowers, the trainer, with Daniel Dubois. One of the mainstays of the Peacock Gym. And there's Frank Bruno watching on, who's been acting a little bit as a mentor for Daniel Dubois in the run-up to this. Lennox Lewis apparently has also been in touch, giving his advice. Good start for Dubois then in this fight as we move into the third round.
Well, it is. You know, the first round I think was up for grabs, most definitely, but the second round was a good round there for Dubois.
Oh, big right hand from Dubois, and he's down for the first time. It was a clubbing right hand around the temple, I think, and the blood is starting to flow again, and dangerous, anxious times for Nathan Gorman. Dubois now will move in looking to finish this. Another big right hand. Gorman fighting on instinct. He is trying to fight back against Dubois, but Dubois is relentless.
Oh, not far with that left hook there. Just missed by inches with that left hook there, Gorman.
Tyson Fury on his feet, urging Gorman forward.
A risky business there by Gorman, but the fact that he fired back have just slowed down Dubois' attack. Oh, good right hand there for Dubois. Puts Gorman again there.
Still got some fight in him here, Nathan Gorman. He is not finished yet. The knockdown for Dubois. But Gorman has come back bravely.
It's that body shot he throws that Richie Woodall was talking about just before the fight.
Here comes Dubois again. Gorman managing to parry those.
I think the left hook just got round the guard though there, John, I think, for Dubois. Gorman showing some grit here, mind. I just think that Gorman hasn't thrown the jab. I think that's better for him, just to stop Dubois walking right up to him.
Dubois put a lot into this round. Decent left hand from Dubois. Gorman being beaten to the punch by that jab of Dubois.
Yeah, but he's not using his own, but he did slip that shot, to be fair there, Gorman. But you got to get lower, and you got to double that jab.
He's trying to get in there and bully Dubois, using that weight advantage that he's got. And fair play to Nathan Gorman, in a lot of trouble early in that third round. The knockdown was there, but he's survived and seen it through to the bell to end the third. Big round again though for Dubois.
How's your head? Is it clear? Tell me the truth. It's clear. Listen.
Here's where the knockdown came, Barry.
Just his legs just betrayed him a little bit. I don't think he was that seriously hurt. I think his legs went a little bit wobbly. And because he's got those gloves out around the eyes, he can't see the punch coming behind the glove. That's the problem. It's a heavy shot though, isn't it? He's really loading up there, Dubois. And the fact that Gorman's not using that jab, having established a jab.
Kind of caught him on the top of the head there.
Yeah, but there was a few. There was 2 or 3 shots there landing. But in fact, he's covering up really tight there, Gorman, but because he's covering the eyes, you haven't got no peripheral vision. You can't see those punches coming outside the glove.
Second out, round 4.
We move into the fourth. A dominant performance from Daniel Dubois so far. Gorman bravely trying to rally in that third round. fast start again from Dubois here in the fourth.
Just stepped up a little bit too close there, Dubois. He needs just to keep maintaining a little bit more distance. He should jab to the chest now, Dubois, then throw that right hand over the top. Because Gorman just, every now and again, he just rides the punch, just takes a little bit of the sting out the shot. If he has to drop his hands, and maybe he'll just take it to the chest, stops the movement. Gets a clear line there with that right hand.
Solid body shots there from Dubois.
But if Gorman can slip inside the shot rather than try and lean back out of it, if he can just try and slip, have the confidence just there to come over his shoulder, then he's right where he wants to be. He's inside there for that uppercut, the hook. See, he's leaning back and trying to throw that long left hook, but he's obviously the shorter guy with the shorter reach, and he's not quite hitting the target like he normally would. But if he slips inside, dips that right shoulder forward.
Well, there's the shock of the cuts, which was undoubtedly a contributory factor to the knockdown. Gorman needs some big success to get back into this fight.
That's exactly it. A bit of that just changed his mental outlook a bit. A bit more positive then with his approach. No, he looks like he's expecting something big, doesn't it, all the time? Just lost a little bit of confidence.
Maybe hoping that Dubois will be a storm which will blow out, and if he sees it through, but it doesn't really look that way right now. That's good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Two quality uppercuts off the ropes from Gorman.
See a bit of confidence, and he starts throwing the jab, and that's what's been missing from him.
Frank Warren, of
Good
course,
jab.
insistent that Dubois, not only a brilliant British prospect, and indeed Gorman, but he's saying they're two of the brightest prospects in the world. At the moment, it's Dubois who's bossing it.
Let them flow. Don't look for knockouts. Let them flow and it'll come. Got it? Don't be leaning in on that work on the rope, see that? That's not what we've done, is it? Hey, don't fucking do it. Here. Right, got it? Don't do it. Got it? Do your work, keep that distance. That's what we've done. You win this. Stop beating him up, you're trying to hurt him. Beat him up. That's what you've got to do. Think. Second. Here we go. You're breaking down with a jab. Not yet. Here we go. Take your time. Ready up you go. Do what you do best.
So the fifth round coming up. And Dubois on Barry's card has a significant advantage. The knockdown in that third round.
Except for the first round, which was really up for grabs. I think the last three rounds have been quite easy to score. Even though we could see on the screen, you could see the corner of Dubois. A good left hook there from Gorman. I was looking at Ricky Hatton in the corner. He was saying what we were saying about slipping inside the jab. He was asking Gorman to slip inside the jab, be a little bit more confident with your movement.
Well,
when he leans back, oh, good right hand there from Dubois.
And he's in trouble again here, Gorman. Staggered and now wanting to cover up, trying to unleash some power shots of his own, but Dubois getting the better of the exchanges.
He hurt Gorman a little bit there, but what is when Gorman's leaning back and swinging with that left hook, he gets caught there again, see? He's right on the end of the shot. And the problem he got with that probably works for him all the time against other opponents. So it's almost like a habitual thing. It's a habit he has. Does it every time, leans back, but no, it's not working tonight, so we've got to slip inside. Be confident to sit in that pocket.
Nathan Gorman saying that in all the rounds they sparred as amateurs with the GB squad, he bossed the lot of them. Well, he's not bossing this.
Good body shot there from Dubois. And Gorman trying to fight back.
He needs a big shot from somewhere, Gorman.
Takes a good shot, my Gorman, you've got to be honest.
Oh, hello. Can't do that. People have said that Nathan Gorman was too nice to be a top-class boxer. Well, he doesn't want to be nice now.
What he's not doing, he's not using the jab. He got faster feet, so even though the other guy got a longer reach, you use that footwork to get in and out with that left hand. Good left hook from Dubois, a nice little sneaky right uppercut then from Gorman.
Well, Dubois was told by Martin Bowers between rounds, just stick to your boxing, stop trying to hurt him, just jab your way in and just box.
Beat him up, he said.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but do it through boxing, that's the point.
Oh,
hello. Well, he certainly has done now. And that could be the end. Gorman is bravely trying to get to his feet. And he's out. He's been counted out. He thought he'd got up in time, but he hasn't. And the champion is Daniel Dubois. The argument is ended. And the young lion who has proved superb on the night is Daniel Dubois. Too much from pretty much the word go. He was the superior man, and he has answered the debate. He is the champion.
And it was he needed his best display of his career so far, and for me he showed it tonight, because all the advantages that Gorman had over Dubois, and there was plenty of them, he took that away by taking the centre of the ring, pushing Gorman back and not allowing him to use that foot speed, that hand speed, with a real solid left hand and those big clubbing right hands. And he just used that physical size, that strength, and he Gorman was fighting back, and he was game as it come. But I think in many ways Dubois bullied him around the ring and didn't allow Gorman any sort of momentum coming forward. I think Gorman will regret not using that jab, but maybe Dubois didn't allow it by putting pressure with that front foot and that solid left hand of Dubois. It might not look like it has to snap to knock you out, but we've seen it there, the power it has to push you back and put you down.
Well, that is a performance which is unquestionably going to be commanding headlines, and one which is going to have reverberations around the boxing world. He was very good tonight, dominant tonight.
And he looked fit. He looked like he had plenty in the tank still. There's also criticism that he might blow out steam because he's muscle bound, but he looked nice and relaxed. He looked strong. Look at that there, it's lovely there. Nice little double jab there, and a right hand there on the top of the head. That's it. See, one of those jabs did after that damage there. That second jab's a beautiful shot, and the right hand, for me, all just helps him on his way. Look at the second jab, right on the button. The second jab, right on the button, then that right on the top of the head. And Gorman did the right thing. He tried to take the knee, tried to get his feet solid under him. Just couldn't, got up a little bit too late, got the timing a bit wrong, but knew it was the right decision.
He says, look, I was up, but even if he had been allowed to stay up, if they'd been allowed to continue, surely the answer to how the fight was going to unfold by that stage was inevitable. Good performance from Daniel Dubois, sporting together, and Nathan Gorman recognising that Dubois tonight was by a little bit of a distance the superior man.
He was, and it was a good performance by Dubois, because Gorman was tricky at some point. He was fighting back in the first couple of rounds, and especially the first round. And I think Dubois, which we didn't give him no credit for, made adjustments. Because in the first round he was just holding his feet, thinking my power's going to tell. Then in the second round he started to take a little step back and then throw again. And that shows an intelligence that we didn't think he had. And that bodes well. Now he's moving up, because he's going to move up right in the levels now. He's already now on the sphere of world level.
Here then, in the ring, is our Master of Ceremonies, Thomas Treiber.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 2 minutes 41 seconds of round number 5. Our referee in charge, Victor Laughlin, reaches the count of 10. Therefore, your winner by way of count out. And now, the British heavyweight champion, Triple D, Daniel Dynamite Dubois.
Really good performance. And there is the famous belt, the Lonsdale belt, perhaps the most beautiful belt in world boxing. And it is now Daniel Dubois' property. That will feel very, very sweet indeed. All wreathed in smiles now. Steve Bunce is up there in the ring, and we'll be hearing from the fighters in just a few moments. Daniel Dubois is going to have plenty to celebrate after that tonight, and still just 21 years old. In boxing terms, he's a baby.
Well, we were saying about the hardest thing with Dubois was going to hold him back, but let him get mature. It's too late now. That performance there against a good fighter like Orman, the leash is off now. You've got to just let him go. Whatever his talents will take him.
Right, straight into the ring, because Steve Bunce is poised.
Thanks very much indeed. Daniel, it was a fantastic finish. How did it feel to you going into that finishing shot?
Every fight's a learning fight, and right now I'm still got a lot to improve on, but it was good getting the British title and a good win tonight.
And Nathan, I'll ask you, because you've stayed kindly to do the interview. How did it feel to you? Did it go? Obviously, it went wrong in the end, but how was it going up until that point?
It was good, you know what I mean? I felt like I was really in the fight, and I got caught with a good shot, you know, a very, very good shot. He's a big, strong man, and I've always said, if you get caught right in the heavyweight division, you're going to go down, and it's clear as that. But, you know, I'll brush myself off, and I'll come again. I'll be back in the gym. This is a good experience and learning curve. I'll be back in the gym next couple of weeks.
And Daniel, when you had him and you had Nathan hurt earlier, did you think that was going to be it, or could you see in his eyes that he was going to come back at you?
I just thought controlling it behind my jab and then putting the right hand into it, and I'll get the knockout. You know, I was very confident in my power, and it worked tonight.
And when he went down finally, did you know that was it? Could you just tell from the way you connected?
I felt him fading. So I'm in there. I could feel his body language. So you know, I just needed to keep working. And every fight, as I said before, is a learning fight for me, and I'm learning on the job.
And Nath, it seems to me, I know it's been a fairly feisty build-up, even though you're not throwing tables at each other. It's been fairly feisty. What about now? Plenty of respect now?
Of course, it's mutual respect. I said going into this, you know, I respect any fighter going into the ring, and I respect him now. You know, he beat me and I hold my hands up. He was a better man tonight, and I'll have to come again, and I'm sure I will.
And you want to be out as soon as you can, as soon as you're allowed?
Yeah, definitely. I want to get back home, you know, and enjoy a couple of weeks with my family, because I've had no excuses, you know. I've had a good 10, 12-week camp, an excellent camp. I was beat by the better man tonight.
Spoken like a true man. Back to your family, back to your new baby. Congratulations, Nathan. You played your part in a great fight. And Daniel, you were calm. You responded to Martin in the corner. You didn't lose your cool. You didn't do any of that crazy Larty stuff. You must be pleased with your performance.
Well, there's just definitely still a lot to work on, but I was pleased tonight, and it's due to the hard works in camp and hard sparring. So I'm grateful for everything.
And just finally, where would you like to go now? Who would you like to be in the opposite corner next time you fight?
You know, that's up to Frank Warren and my team, and you know, Martin Bowers and everyone, just my dad, everyone sitting down at the table and figuring out the next step.
Daniel Dubois, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Thanks very much indeed. Back to you three, or four big fellas, I should say, Paul.
Thank you, Steve. So, the new British heavyweight champion at the age of 21. Joe Bugner did it, Herbie Hyde did it, but I sense tonight that this is only the very start for this powerful, athletic young heavyweight. Frank Warren has joined us. Frank, what was your